So up to this point, what's been your favorite memory? Like up to the point that you're at right now.
I've been talking a lot about this right now because we just had like our awards ceremony.
Yeah.
And it was kind of cool because so last year around this time I was literally telling Bobby, Bobby's my friend that got me into real estate. I was telling Bobby that man, I think I should become a part-time agent and go get a side job. And so kind of just reflecting on the last year, like my favorite memories are probably, like showing up to the office in my old beat up Corolla.
Yeah.
And us being like the only one in the parking lot. The other thing too is like at our other office, me and Bobby shared one small office.
Yeah.
And so like now we have our own offices. But back in the day, it was literally like Bobby's back to my back, and we're like in there working.
Mm-hmm.
We have nothing on the walls, like nothing was established.
Yeah.
Bobby was already established, but like me coming into the business, I wasn't.
Yeah.
So I'd say like being in the trenches right there for sure, are like some of my favorite memories.
So like before everything started to kind of kick off. So like, is it more like you look back on like, how is it because like how far you've come since that point that like kind of makes it a good memory? It's like I wasn't really thinking that I'd be here right now, type of thing, or
yeah, I would just biggest thing is like a lot could change in a year.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, that's kind of the memory of me being where I first was when I started versus now. Like I feel completely different. Like there's definitely a little bit different of a confidence that I have. Like when I sit down with a client, I'm not like, man, I don't know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Now I'm like, dude, I closed almost 30 deals my first year. I've been in this situation a lot more than just about everybody that I'll sit down with.
Yeah. So personally, what are plans that you have for yourself, like for the future?
Like goals and dreams.
It could be like for business and personal if you wanna add both of those in there.
Yeah. So the big one that's happening right around the corner is getting married. So.
Oh yeah, I seen that.
Yeah. So,
congratulations, that's awesome.
Thank you. Yeah. So that's like the biggest plan right now is like we're gonna get married in July.
Yeah.
And then shortly after that, we're at a point now where I want Hannah to actually quit her job and come work with me.
Mm-hmm.
And so that'll be cool. That's like a big plan and a big change, but it'll be very beneficial because we'll be able to like live with each other. Then we'll go to work together. And if we want the day off, like we can both take the day off. And then after that, the goal's kind of to stay in my property for another year, just buckle down.
Yeah.
And then we have her foot off the gas, but nonetheless, she shows up every day, does the work, and then makes it happen. And then Mike and Bobby, so Mike Arias and then Bobby Taringo.
Yeah.
They're in title, same industry, but a different aspect. And I look up to them because they know everybody. They both have really good marriages.
Yeah.
They're really good at what they do, super successful, doing new construction, doing flips, buying properties. One of them has a freaking 40-acre ranch, which is cool, raising some cows and stuff. So definitely inspired by them and what they're doing.
So a cool thing for me that I don't really see a lot, or I don't really hear from a lot of different people, is having all those different people, like different types of successful people in their life, and it not kind of dragging them down. It's like kind of like either you're happy for them, but also it's like an inspiration for you to kind of not model your life after that, but to get to a certain level of success. Like if they did it for themselves, then I can do it too. That type of thing. Instead of I guess despising them because they're where they're at. I feel like some people
despising.
They're like, why you have all this money, you get to like take time off, you get to do all this stuff. Like, I'm not there now. I don't like you. You didn't give me a reason to. I just don't like how successful you are. So I like that you're in that spot where you're happy for them and it's an inspiration for you and not something that you're kind of like ticked off by.
Yeah. No, I think if you start comparing yourself, like. Everyone does more than you. They're way more successful than you. I think that's super destructive. So rather than like comparing yourself to people, like just look at them and then be inspired by what it is that they did, because now it becomes so much easier for you to be able to go out and accomplish something great.
So for anybody, especially young, like whatever age group that they're in, what best advice do you have for somebody who was like they really like, let's say they're inspired by, let's say you, they see you doing it, they're like, oh, that's really cool, I want to do that. Or they just see any of the other people that you know and they're like inspired by like their success, but they're a little nervous and afraid to do it. What advice do you have for them to like kind of go ahead and take that first step into doing it?
Yeah. I would definitely say, like, I know it sounds maybe cliche, but like, take the risk.
Yeah.
Where I was at 1 year ago versus where I'm at now, my life has drastically changed, and it's all because I took the risk. And I'm extremely grateful for that. And then, like you said, if they have someone in their life that they're inspired by,
Yeah.
I would do whatever it takes to get around them, learn how they think, you know, kind of their perspective on things, because their perspective on life is way different than your perspective.
Yeah.
They're in the industry already, like, so they know what they need to do. So it's like when I wasn't confident, I always stole the confidence of people that were around me. So if I didn't know how to do it, I knew that I
Yeah.
knew someone that knew how to do it. And like that became my team of like advisors. So advisors of, you know, where I drew confidence from, all the problems that I had, like I took my problems to people that could actually help me solve the problems. So getting around the right people is probably the most important
Yeah.
thing for sure.
So like surrounding yourself by success is gonna help you a little bit better, and then let's say you're with like people that are kind of like just kind of coasting through life right now, not really like doing too much with it.
Yeah.
You'll kind of get too comfortable. Instead, you're around all these people that are doing all this stuff, and like you're kind of like, damn, well, if they're doing this and I'm just kind of here, like I kind of want to do something with myself, but don't not hold it against them though. It kind of like motivates you to like kind of like being around success. Yeah. So.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Okay. So what fears did you have when you first started, and do you have any of those fears today?
Yeah, so one of the biggest fears was just like not making money.
Yeah.
Because obviously in this industry, it's like you only make what you've closed on.
Yeah.
So you're 100% commission, and it's like that old saying, like you eat what you kill
Yeah.
in this business. So yeah, I was definitely worried about not making money, and then having the imposter syndrome. I used to think like when I sit down with someone, they'd look at me and be like, "Oh, this kid's young. He doesn't know what he's talking about." Like,
Yeah.
he's new to real estate agent, so definitely had all those fears.
So do you carry any of those with you today, or is it kind of like diminished a little bit since you've been kind of doing it for a little bit?
Yeah, no, I definitely still have those fears, but I mean, I try to set it up to where, you know, when I'm nervous before I go to an appointment or I start having that kind of self-talk, I have to like do my affirmations. I have to kind of hype myself up, sit in the car, blast the music,
kind of speak it out there a little bit.
Yeah, just make sure that like I'm telling myself the way that I want to be, like projecting to them.
Yeah.
Like I don't want to ever come off like, oh, like, you know, I'm too young, so like you're not gonna value what I say.
Yeah.
I want to come off as like, no, I'm a professional in the industry. I know exactly what I'm doing. You know, I have a proven track record, and yeah, I'm 100% confident I can help them.
So like the opposite of what a lot of people do, where like they kind of doubt what they do and they kind of let that they plant the seed and they just keep watering it because they keep saying like, well, yeah, maybe I am a little bit too young. Like, what if what if?
Yeah.
Like, there's so many what ifs that they kind of ruin it before they even start to like get into whatever they want to get into. So
yeah, I think if you keep telling yourself, you know, like maybe I am too young, then like you're gonna come off like this kid's too young. I don't trust him. He's kind of weird. You know, back up. I would never trust. And in real estate, you gotta remember too, like these are people's biggest assets. So like, you know, some of these deals, they're $500,000 deals.
Yeah.
Like one of the houses that I sold out in Barstow, my client literally made $500,000 off that. So it's like a big privilege to have been able to earn his business and then be able to like be respected, to be trusted with that much like money on the line.
All right. So is there anybody that you look up to for motivation, or like anybody that kind of sparked your interest when you started doing real estate?
Yeah. So Bobby and Michelle Amato, they're some good friends of mine. They actually are the reason why I got into real estate. But I remember vividly talking talking with Hannah about how they had a good relationship. You know, they were buying properties. They were right around our age, and like they're killing it. And so I kind of seen that and was like, you know what, maybe I could do it. And then Bobby kind of took me under his wing for a little while, kind of showed me the ropes. I have another friend that I used to work at Denny's when we were all bussing tables and serving, throwing pancakes around. But Derek Wood, he's a friend of mine that got into the business before me, but kind of seeing him transition from like a part-time agent to a full-time agent, go all in and then make it happen. That was a big inspiration. And then I'm always inspired by our broker. Our broker, she does, I think on average, is like she closes 2 deals every other day.
Yeah.
Which is crazy because you know she definitely doesn't have to do that much work. She's at a place where she could definitely take her foot off the gas, but it's a little bit work.
But that's pretty much it. So right now, if you wanna kind of like do, I call them info plugs, like let people know where they could reach you at, like the office building and stuff like that. Kind of also let them know what you have going on too, like if there's any other business opportunities that they can kind of reach out to you for. Just kind of let them know where they can reach out to you. You know, all that good jazz.
Cool. Yeah, you guys can find me on Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, all under my name. So Caleb.Blasius. And then I also have a Google business page. That's like the #1 thing that I would want to plug, if anything, because that obviously helps my clients kind of see who I am. They see kind of the results there. But it also has all my personal information. So you guys can contact me by email if you're a weirdo. Or you can, my phone number is right there. So that's kind of my information. And then, I'm always looking to just like network with cool people, kind of like you. I think the goal is like to be very well connected and like, I just sat down with someone and it was a little interesting because he's like, man, you know, nothing's gonna come from it. And I was like, what are you talking about, dude? Like, we're just friends, like just grabbing lunch. And I want to make sure that that's very well known. It's like, if you guys want to just grab coffee, like let's go grab coffee. Like, you want to just go get lunch, like let's go get lunch. Or even like the gym, because I never want to be all business and no fun, or all business and no friend. That's like the biggest thing for sure. Is like, just want to be a friend to everybody and make as many connections as possible. Only do business with people that they like, and I mean, you don't have to get a sale today. Like, it could be way down the road, but you could get that friend like right now.
So like, let's say like, I don't know, you go out onto the street, something like that. You meet someone that's really cool. Like this last interview that I did, as soon as I left the Starbucks that we did the interview at, there was these two guys that were listening to it, and they actually went up and talked to that girl Lily that I did the interview with, and she got a client from that. So you can really go about it as like not even thinking about it's about business, and then get a client just because you're just talking about what you do. Like you're not making it a chore either. You're just kind of in passing, so you don't really know what you're gonna get into. So I feel like it was pretty unexpected, but I think the most unexpected things are probably like the coolest things to kind of get out of an interaction with people.
Yeah, no, for sure. I have one story where I was at Starbucks, and I don't even know what I was doing at that Starbucks because like I never go there. And I'm on my computer or something, and then I had someone walk up and they're like, "Dude, you're Caleb Blasius, right?" I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "Caleb Blasius, the realtor." I was like, "All right, dude." I literally told him, I was like, "Dude, who set you up? Like, what are you talking about?" And then he's like, "No, dude, I seen you on social media," and it's crazy because we went from that to, I think 4 weeks later, we ended up selling his house to helping him buy a house. And it's super cool because he has like a really successful business out here. He does all the detailing. We went out to eat, like Hannah and I, with him and his wife, and super good friendship. But like, I didn't go to that Starbucks like, oh, who can I find business?
You didn't go like praying on like, who am I gonna try to take today?
It's like I was just in the area, and that's kind of how it happened. So.
Alright, cool. I want to thank you for your time today. I really appreciate it. I appreciate the answers. I appreciate the feedback beforehand of the interview. I feel like I do want to try to break that 20 just so I can get to that many interviews, see what else I could do a little bit. And also the questions, because I haven't gotten feedback on that yet, but it was kind of like a subconscious thing for myself where I knew the questions really I felt like they were repetitive, but I haven't gotten anything back from it, so it was kind of like, well, I'll just kind of keep it for a little bit. But you know, the better questions get better answers. I feel like I did get better answers that I've, you know, been getting. Nothing against anybody. Nothing against anybody that I've interviewed so far, but I do kind of see that if it's like kind of picking at your brain a little bit, you probably try to change it. But I do appreciate the feedback from it, because I do feel like I did get a better interview than I could have if I did the same questions. What inspired you?
Yeah.
Why'd you do it? Like pretty much like just trying to reword my questions, but also ask different ones, because I feel like everybody already kind of hears the same, like, oh, like I did it for this, that. It's kind of like a lot of the same thing, so I wanted to like switch it up a little bit. I just didn't really have anybody tell me, hey, your questions aren't really, you didn't say that to me, but the questions are kind of tame, so I'll probably try to change it up a little bit. So I appreciate that a lot. I'm still going to try to change up what kind of questions I ask, so it's not all the same type of answers that people give. So so I appreciate that. I appreciate your time, and go reach out to him, go follow him. I'll probably put that in the video too. But yeah, if you got any real estate questions, anything like that, you want to get into it, probably one of like the closest people that I know that's in real estate that actually like knows what he's doing. So reach out to him if you. I'm sure. Just any questions at all, whether it's like how to get into it, if any family members are looking for a realtor to kind of go through, hit him up, let him know. I'll look for all of his sources, put it in the description, then just reach out to him. But yeah, I appreciate it. Thank you for your time.
Yeah, dude.
Thank you so much.
No, it was cool.
Alright. But like when you do like the drone shots, when you do like the house showing and stuff, do you like have to do a couple of different takes for it, or is it just like, alright, I want to get it over with, just one and done?
Yeah, because like you guys are getting like the polished version of
Yeah.
everything. So after all the editing's done, all that stuff,
Yeah.
you like do the video and then you have like bad audio.
Yeah.
And it's like that kind of messes it up, or you stumble over what your words are.
Yeah.
They like write out a little script and everything.
So with like a couple of these interviews, I had that too, where like I'd have it set up perfectly. The whole interview kind of went smooth.
Yeah.
Go to like, all right, just give me 1 second. Go like listen to it back, and the other person's mic wasn't picking up what they were saying. So I'm like, I'm so sorry. We got to do it again.
Yeah, I seen that one where you were half out, dude.
Yeah. It looked like I was in shot, but I also had it vertical. So like I was like, okay, look, it's focused on both of us, but I didn't realize the camera's on a different side of the phone. So I was going.
Yeah.
But I was like, it went smooth. I know the camera was facing me. So I didn't check it until I went home. So it was like already a couple hours later, and I checked them. All right, cool. We're gonna edit this together, and I'm not even in it. But like, I can't do anything about it now. They're gone. Do you dread like when you like do the showings for people? Like, do you like kind of like?
I don't dread it. I mean, if anything, that's like what I look
Is it more
forward to.
like nerves though? Is it like do you get like a little nervous at times, or is it just like?
No.
It's just all business.
All business, dude. No, I'm just kidding. I definitely get nervous, but I get nervous for like phone calls or like listing appointments.
Oh, okay.
So, because like a listing appointment's a little bit different from showing, but basically you're trying to close the deal.
Yeah.
You're trying to sit down and get the contract signed.
Yeah.
So basically, like it's like that's when you have to show up like on your A game.
Yeah.
And then showings are fun because I've already met with the client already prior to that.
Yeah.
Or I've already been talking to them, and then it's cool to see like when we're walking through the houses and stuff. They're like, oh, I like that, or
kind of get their reaction to everything.
Yeah, that, or it's like they're like, oh no, don't like this one. Close the door and bring it on to the next one. So, but what makes you want to start this stuff?
Really, I just like
let's flip flop it, dude.
I just like to talk to people. Like I'm pretty sure, like if anybody like that has like talked to my dad before, he'll like talk your ear off a lot.
Yeah.
I think I kind of got that from him. Like a little bit of my mom too, to where like I'll kind of be like to myself. But when I really get into a conversation, I like to hear about what people have going on. So like even before that, I started doing the interviews. I would talk to all these other like fitness people and kind of hear what they went through, and it was kind of like I kind of want to. Like talk to more people, but kind of get that document.
Next Joe Rogan, dude.
No, I'm hoping for something like that. But my goal for it is to kind of be like like a pathway for like small businesses that kind of want to get out there, but they don't really have the right marketing for it. So
Yeah.
hopefully I can get my account to like a little bit up there. That way I could like do an interview, get some eyes on them, and then that way people start to get more like they start to interact with it more. So it's not like they don't have to pay for ads. Because my last one that I did with Lily, she like asked me, she's like, so do I tip you? Or I was like, no. I was like, I want to get your like story for everything. And then another thing I want to do is like a recap type of thing, to where a little bit later on, like maybe like a few months from now or something, I'll do another interview with the same people and see what
What's
they've been up to
changed.
since then.
Yeah.
So like more like I'm trying to get to like a pathway type of thing, but also get a little bit of fitness in there as well.
Yeah, I think if you just keep on, you know, giving good value and adding value to people, I mean,
Yeah.
people are gonna want to be doing this stuff, so they're gonna be hitting you up like, oh, dude, I want to get out, I want to get out.
Yeah, it's been fun though. Like one thing that I try to do beforehand is like try to make small talk instead of it just be, oh, hi, nice to meet you, let's do the video.
Yeah.
Because then it kind of gets like kind of robotic
All
at some point.
business. Yeah.
So it's like I want the interview to be smooth, so it's not like I'm just talking to someone I don't know. I at least want to, like, we're acquaintances at that point, so it's not just so like I'm only doing this to hear what you have to say and then I'm never going to talk to you ever again. Like I kind of want it to be like a more personal type of thing, but also like I want people to know what you have to say about like why you're where you're at today.
Yeah, I mean, connections are extremely valuable, so make them everywhere.
Okay, I'm gonna check it real quick, make sure, because sometimes I don't know why it'll just stop. Perfect, all right, cool.
I got bronchitis.